Thank you all for taking the trouble to attend my wife's funeral. Thank you. That day was our anniversary. We went hiking together for a walk. She talked about so many plans for the future because she said she wanted a different kind of anniversary. So I carried her to the mountaintop. We watched the stars together and the moon. But who would have known? I just turned around to get her a jacket, and when I turned back, she had jumped off the cliff.
Why? Why?
Why ask that now? How stupid is that?
Boshing. I'm begging you, let me go. I'll give you anything you want. I'll do whatever you say. Please let me go.
Well, of course. That's not possible. I simply couldn't believe it was real. I went down with the rescue team to search, but I found nothing. The rescue team searched the mountains for 7 days and 7 nights. There were no clues at all. As much as I didn't want to believe it. But I didn't want her spirit to be restless. So, with great pain, I held this funeral for her. Thank you all again. Thank you. Thank you for coming to see her off one last time. Thank you.
Brother Bo, you did your best. Don't blame yourself too much.
Yeah, Bo Xing. The departed are gone. The living must carry on.
Life is unpredictable. Who could have foreseen this? You mustn't grieve too much, otherwise Shin you wouldn't rest in peace either.
It's all my fault. If I hadn't taken you to the mountains for that trip, how could this accident have happened? It was me. I'm the one who killed you, Shin Yu.
That's right. You're the one who killed me. That's right. You're the one who killed me.
Ah. Shin Yu? Aren't you dead? Shin Yu is dead.
Honey, aren't you happy to see me alive? Aren't you happy? Or did you do something that makes you feel guilty? Seeing me alive again has you terrified?
Impossible. Under those circumstances, how could Shin Yu have survived? But this Shin Yu right here, what's going on? She came back to life. That's impossible. You're not Shin Yu. Who are you? Ah. Why would you pretend to be my wife?
I survived against all odds. I came back alive. And you won't even acknowledge me. You're lying. Saying I'm not Shin Yu.
The investigation team said it themselves. Shin Yu couldn't have survived. You must be an imposter.
Honey, look at me. I am Shin Yu. How can you say that? Just now you were in so much pain over my death. You were devastated. So why now that I'm back alive? Won't you acknowledge me?
Get away from me. No way. You're impersonating Shin Yu. You must have some ulterior motive, don't you? I'll call the police, I swear.
Honey, what are you talking about?
Bo, maybe take a closer look. This is your wife.
Bullshit, she's not.
Has Bo Xing lost it? He's lost his mind. But she looks exactly like Shen Yu.
No. She's not my wife. Look at her. Ah. She and my wife look nothing alike. Look, she really isn't my wife. Impossible. It's completely impossible.
Honey, surprised to see me alive? Surprised? Don't worry. There are more surprises to come.
Ah. Get away from me.
Hey, I'm really sorry about this. Bo Xing's been in a really bad state these past couple days. And he's been really resistant to me getting close to him. So I had to trouble you, to take him to see a psychologist.
It's no trouble. Hey, buddy, let's go. Where to?
Shen Yu.
This Bo Xing, he really has lost his mind.
Shen Yu. It's Shen Yu.
Huh.
Shen Yu.
You're seeing things. That's just the driver.
Sit down, sit down.
Sai? Driver, to the hospital. That's not Shen Yu.
Enjoy yourself. Honey.
Why are you still following me? Huh, Shen Yu, what do you want from me?
Are you crazy? Who's Shen Yu?
Let go of me. She's not Shen Yu. Sorry about that. My friend here, his mind is a little.
If he's sick, you should keep an eye on him.
Why do I? Why do I keep seeing Shen Yu?
Let's just see the doctor first, okay? You go in first. I'll wait for you outside. Come on.
Ah. Shen Yu, why won't you leave me alone? You think I'm afraid of you?
Oh, really? Aren't you afraid of me? The way I see it, you're scared out of your wits.
It seems the condition is quite serious.
Get out of here. Where do you think you're going? Stop right there. You still want to run, huh?
Have you come to your senses?
Ah, Xian. Ah, Xian, it's you. Ah, Xian. Shen Yu is back. She's everywhere, you know? Ah. No, that's not right. She's not Shen Yu. Shen Yu is already dead. Then who is she? Who is she?
At this point, whether she's the real Shen Yu or not, she has to die. Otherwise, once she uncovers those things, it'll be you and me who die. Do you understand?
You're right. No matter who she is, if she claims to be Shen Yu, she has to die.
Does it hurt?
Thankfully, I have you. That's how I regained my senses.
Ah Xing, why were you so reckless this time? You left too many loose ends.
I suddenly saw Shen Yu alive, and I just panicked.
I understand. But from now on, we can't leave any traces.
Don't worry. I made her die once. I can make her die a second time.
My revenge begins now.
Honey, I'm heading out.
Okay, dear. Let me help you with that. There. All set. Remember to come home early.
Yeah, honey. Don't you have anything you want to ask? Like, about 7 days ago?
I don't have any questions. Because I trust you.
You're the best, honey. I won't betray your trust. 7 days ago. After you passed out, I actually blacked out too, for no reason. When I woke up, you were gone. I called the police right away.
Oh, come on. Why bring that up now? Of course I believe you. Alright, you should get going. You'll be late.
Okay, I'm off then. Wait for me to come back.
Just wait. The reputation you cherish most will become the first blade to stab you. The renowned CEO Bo is famously devoted to his wife. So next, I'm going to rip off your hypocritical mask.
Well, do we have the results? Is the DNA from the hair I brought a match for Shinyu's?
Mr. Bo's instructions. We handled it immediately. The DNA sample you provided has been tested. It's a perfect match with Miss Shinyu's. The result is, however...
How is that possible? But she's already...
Doctor, is there a problem with the report? Well, not really.
Oh, okay. You can leave now. Impossible. Shinyu fell off a cliff. How could she possibly be alive?
I think the doctor was being evasive, like he was hiding something. Maybe there's an issue with the report.
Then I'll have someone run it again.
Xing, stay calm. Don't fall into Shinyu's trap. We're just one step away from success.
Soon, you'll be my Mrs. Bo.
You know, you've kept me waiting so long to finally become Mrs. Bo. How are you going to make it up to me?
So you've been cheating on me all along. How will you make it up to me?
What do you think?
Ridiculous. I actually thought our marriage and love were perfect. I thought I'd already hit rock bottom. But you managed to sink even lower. Bo Xing, I'll ruin you. I'll leave you with nothing. Hello. Want the scoop on taking down Yaotown Group? Or the first news of Mr. Bo's affair?
Hey, I heard they're right inside.
What's going on? Why are reporters here?
Damn it. How should I know?
If we open the door and they see us together, your reputation of years will be destroyed. But if we don't open it, they'll think we have something to hide. Then everything we've worked for will still be lost. What do we do?
What do you think you're doing?
Mr. Bo, we received an exclusive tip. It said that you're here with your mistress. Could you tell us where your mistress is?
Mr. Bo, did you cheat before or after your wife's accident? Before or after? The accident a few days ago. Was it really an accident?
Enough. Get out.
Honey, is what they're saying true? You cheated on me. You're here with your mistress. I loved you so much, I trusted you. How could you do this to me?
Darling, you've got it all wrong. These reporters are just making up stories.
Making up stories? Let everyone check if there's anyone hiding inside, and we'll find out.
Darling, don't you trust me at all? We're husband and wife, the closest people in the world. Darling, do you even know what day it is today? What day it is? And you chose today to bring all these people to catch me cheating?
Oh my god. Plot twist. Mr. Bo not only didn't cheat, he's a true romantic.
Not so fast. Who knows if there's someone behind that screen?
Darling, I set this up here to celebrate our anniversary with you. But you, how could you suspect me of cheating and bring all these people to catch me in the act?
You're still lying to me. Who celebrates their anniversary in a hospital?
Darling. Are you really going to ruin our anniversary like this?
You keep trying to stop me. You really are cheating, aren't you?
Fine. Then look.
How could there be no one? My heartless lover.
Honey, you always insist on treating your delusions as reality. But a lie is a lie. It can't become the truth. Would you stop making a scene? You idiot. You think you pulled off the perfect crime?
Tell me, I wasted so much time to finally become Mrs. Bo. How are you going to make it up to me?
You tell me. How about this?
Look, Ah Xing.
Fine. That idiot Shinyu, daring to scheme against me. She's finally using her brain for once.
According to our intel, Mr. Bo is right over here.
So, those people outside must have been brought here by Shinyu. Then we'll turn her scheme against her.
It seems you need to disappear quickly.
You're lying. You must have hidden them somewhere.
I'm starting to really feel sorry for Mr. Bo now.
It seems Mrs. Bo's mental state is genuinely problematic.
Thank you all for coming. I'll make sure you're compensated for your trouble. But regarding my wife's condition, I must ask you all to keep it confidential. Otherwise, the Bo Group's legal department is not to be trifled with.
Jiangxing Media? Yes, yes.
Darling, let's go home.
The fish has taken the bait. The renowned Mr. Bo is famously devoted to his wife. So now, I'm going to strip off your hypocritical mask. Shall you? The more I think about it, the more I feel this is too risky. Putting it on his tie makes it too easy to find. I want him to find it. Oh. Aren't you afraid he'll be like a cornered dog and lash out at you? I'd welcome it. Husband, please don't let me down.
This Shinyu, she's supposed to be dead. I saw her with my own eyes fall off that cliff. How could she still be alive? She must be a ghost. She couldn't have climbed back up.
It seems someone doubts Shinyu's death and did this on purpose.
I've already silenced today's incident. As long as Shinyu is alive, we can't sleep peacefully.
If we're going to act, the sooner, the better.
Let's do it tonight. Today, I've already in front of the reporters created the illusion that she's mentally unstable. When the time comes, we'll make it look like she committed suicide. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just, when a man stops loving, he can be so cruel.
When a woman climbs to the top, isn't she even more ruthless? On one hand, you told me to put my heart into preparing an anniversary for her. On the other, at her happiest moment, you told me to take her out. Wasn't this your plan? So, you're not innocent, right?
So, you and I are a perfect match, aren't we?
You could have just called the police and reported him for murder. Why go through all the trouble to set him up? And put yourself in danger? Because I have no evidence. Boshing always covers his tracks perfectly. Since he dared to call the police, it means he's already prepared a foolproof plan. Since he's so meticulous, and today you deliberately forced him to make a move on you, aren't you in great danger? Xiaoyu, don't be impulsive. Don't for a scumbag. Risk yourself. It's not worth it. Do you hear me? I can't wait any longer. If we delay, I'll lose my chance. So, I have to force him to kill again. This way, I can get the evidence. Honey, you're back. Hurry and wash up, dinner's ready.
Okay. This time, we really need to celebrate properly. Honey. Happy 7th anniversary.
Thank you, dear. Honey, you're back. Come sit down, dinner's ready.
Why is the fish tank in a different spot? A camera. There really is a plot. Looks like the original plan can't go on. Good thing I have a backup plan. Shinyu, no matter how many schemes you have, today, you have to disappear too.
Oh, honey, you sit down first. I'll go get the red wine that's been breathing. Let's celebrate properly today.
I bought a bottle of your favorite, but it's always hard to find this red wine. Let's drink this today.
Alright then. Then I'll go get the glasses.
It's thundering. It's going to rain. I'll go close the curtains.
Honey, don't you think today's thunder sounds a lot like that day? Honey, don't be so nervous. I just suddenly remembered. It's quite emotional. So, honey, you should toast to heaven. Thank him for returning your wife to you.
Ah, you're right. We should be grateful.
All right. Let's forget all the unpleasantness from the past. Let our marriage remain pure and unblemished. Okay?
Okay. To our love. And to our marriage. Cheers. The fish is on the hook. Didn't I tell you? I have something very important today. Why did you have to bother me, right now?
Xing, the accident insurance we bought for Shinyu has a cooling off period. It won't expire for another 3 days. So Shinyu absolutely cannot die right now.
What?
I didn't expect there'd be this kind of oversight. I didn't have that kind of common knowledge. You haven't made your move yet, have you? Then there's still time. It's a good thing Shinyu came back alive. Otherwise, we'd be the laughingstock. It seems heaven still favors us.
Honey, don't be so tense. I just suddenly remembered something. It's quite emotional. So, honey, you should toast to the heavens. Thank them for returning your wife to you.
If we can make her disappear once, we can do it again. This time, we definitely won't end up with nothing to show for it.
Hey, you can't drink that. Hey, don't drink that.
Honey, what are you doing? What do you mean, can't drink? Don't tell me. Did you poison the wine?
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? This wine. How could it possibly be poisoned? I just think it hasn't breathed enough. The taste is off.
Honey, you're way too detail-oriented. No wonder you're so thorough in everything you do. For someone like you. Even if someone in business wanted to harm you, they'd never find a weak spot.
Today is our 7th anniversary. How could I just go through the motions? How about this? Let's get ready and go out to celebrate.
Sounds good. right now. You shouldn't have contacted me. But there's something I need to tell you. Tell you. Maybe you should just give up. I'm really worried about your safety. Don't worry. I'll protect myself. First, tell me, did you get the red wine? Last night, someone beat me to it. The wine bottle and the trash bag were both taken. I was afraid of being exposed, so I didn't dare show up. They're really thorough. Before leaving, Bo Xing cleaned up the house too. They really left no trace at all. I checked the surveillance. As soon as he walked in, he spotted the camera. It's all my fault for dragging you into this. If I had been faster, I could have gotten the wine as evidence. The blame lies with those who had evil intentions. How could I blame you? Oh, I found out something. The reason I didn't let you drink yesterday has another explanation. It's that the accident insurance they bought won't take effect for another 3 days. I see. Shenyu, maybe you should just give up. Just being alive is good enough. He's after money. He'll definitely come after you again. No. If I do that, wouldn't I be enabling evil? But your safety... I've got an idea. You're right. I can't risk myself anymore. He's not worth it. So, I'll outsmart him. Outsmart him. Right. Outsmart. As a woman, you need to be a bit more delicate. That's how you get people to care.
Hey.
Shall you?
Didn't you say before that you were pregnant? Why are you buying so many things? When you're pregnant, you shouldn't lift heavy things.
It's fine. It's just a few groceries. They're not heavy at all.
Oh, how can it be fine? When you're pregnant, you should be a bit more delicate. Here, let Auntie help you.
Oh, no, it's really not necessary.
Auntie. Hey.
Really, it's okay.
What happened to your hand? What happened to your hand?
Ouch. Oh, it's nothing. I fell a few days ago.
That doesn't look like a fall. And these red marks, they're clearly from being grabbed.
And here, look.
Auntie, please. You've got it all wrong. It's getting late. I need to get home and cook.
Hey, you know. Hey, you didn't see it.
Shenyu's husband beat her so badly. She was black and blue. It was awful.
Shenyu's husband is a violent maniac. His poor wife is pregnant, and he broke her arm, then threw her out on the balcony to sleep. He's a monster.
Let me tell you. I saw it with my own eyes. Bo Xing punched her so hard, he knocked out 3 of Shenyu's teeth. Now she talks with a lisp.
Honey, there's an emergency at work I have to deal with. I won't be coming home tonight. You should get some rest early. Oh, love you.
That's exactly what I wanted. You're not coming back.
It's over here. Let me tell you.
Can you? Huh?
Oh my, this isn't Xiaoyu's place again, is it?
Let's go to the window and look.
Let's go take a look.
So what if I cheated? I hit you to put you in your place. If you dare meddle in my business again, I'll kill you.
Honey, don't touch my stomach. This is our baby.
I'm not coming home tonight. Get some rest early.
Love you. That's exactly what I want.
I cheated, so what? What are you gonna do about it? I'm hitting you to show you respect. If you dare meddle in my business again, you won't live to see another day.
Honey, don't touch my stomach. This is our child.
That bastard actually hit his pregnant wife.
Ouch.
We're all witnesses. We have to put him away.
I'll hit you wherever I want. It's my call. Who do you think you are, telling me what to do?
Husband.
You're only useful to me now, because the insurance hasn't kicked in yet. Otherwise, I'd have killed you already. Surviving that fall from the cliff was a lucky break for you. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
Why? Do I love you so much? Yet you treat me like this?
No, stop.
Honey,
Darling,
go.
Go help her.
stop hitting her, darling.
Stop it.
Darling. Xiaoxin, are you home? What's going on?
Why do I treat you this way? Isn't it because of you? Why don't other men cheat? Why don't other wives get beaten? Yet I cheat, and you get hit. Have you ever reflected on yourself? And you have the nerve to question me here?
How can there be such a shameless man who does both cheating and domestic violence, and then blames it all on his own wife?
What a jerk.
Oh my god.
What a monster. From the sound of it, he's really beating her up bad. Ah, she's pregnant. I hope nothing happens. It's just a sin.
What are you doing in there? Open the door! Open up or I'm calling the police.
Ah.
Are you dead? Don't you hear that old bastard asking at the door? Crawl to the door if you have to, and deal with it. If you dare let them in, I'll beat you to death.
Okay, I'll go. I'm going.
Oh dear. This is too much. We have to call the police. Yes.
No, don't. Thank you all for your concern. Actually, No. I just tripped and fell. I'm fine.
You're still covering for him. We heard the yelling earlier. We all heard it. He's a monster. Child, if your mother saw you suffering like this, she'd be heartbroken. You should just give up on him. That man is not worth it.
Are you dead out there? Are they all your parents? What's there to talk about? Hurry up and clean up the mess in the house, now.
No. I'm going to teach him a lesson today. Otherwise, sooner or later, Xiaoxin will end up dead because of him.
Sooner or later? Didn't you hear what he was yelling? He said Xiaoxin was lucky to make it back this time. Wait. From the sound of it, he's saying he caused Xiaoxin's fall. No.
That's not true.
That bastard. I'm calling the cops today.
No. If you call the police, it'll all come out. Don't call them.
Ma'am.
About my fall from the cliff before, I already reported it. The police investigated. It had nothing to do with my husband. Please don't call the police.
Uwe. But we can't just let him beat you like this.
I've gotten used to it over the years. It's fine.
You can't save someone who's hellbent on destruction. What a shame. All right, that's enough. Let's not stick our noses where they don't belong.
All right, everyone, break it up. Let's go.
Oh, dear.
Poor kid.
Honey, this is the real gift. I prepared for you.
What do you think about this time? Will we finally get what we want?
This time, we're definitely going to succeed. But not at your place. Just because you found the camera last time, doesn't mean you'll find it every time.
No, it has to be at home. She hardly ever goes out lately. Last time, I was just too rushed. This time, I'll be fully prepared.
But...
No buts. Today is the day our accident insurance goes into effect. Delays breed trouble. We can't afford to wait any longer.
You're right. The longer we wait, the worse it is for us. That way, when the time comes...
Thanks for your help.
No problem.
My wife's depression is really bad now. It's gotten so severe, she needs a prescription. But she refuses to leave the house. So I had to come.
I'll get the medication for you right away.
No, he can't see me.
What was that sound? Was I really wrong?
Mr. Bo, here are all the medications.
Okay. Doctor. 4 days ago, the surveillance footage from this consultation room, could you delete it for me? There's no password.
Thank you, Mr. Bo. Don't worry, Mr. Bo.
Alright. No. That feeling just now, it couldn't have been wrong. Doctor. I'd like to ask, where's the surveillance room? I want to check, who else has been here today?
Just a moment, let me make a call, okay?
That day in the consultation room, the conversation between me and Fu Xian is also leverage. It must never fall into Xinyu's hands.
Sorry, Mr. Bo. The surveillance system was being serviced today, so they cleared the storage. So all the footage is gone.
What did you say? Someone must have intervened. Could it be Xinyu? But when did Xinyu learn how to do this? If it's not Xinyu, then who else could it be? You may leave.
Hello?
What's up?
Xian. I suspect someone else is also trying to get the footage from that day. I just wanted to check who's been here. But of all days, today's footage was overwritten. That's just too much of a coincidence, isn't it?
Was the footage deleted?
It's been deleted.
Good. Just in case, have someone keep watch. And see who else tries to steal the footage.
Alright. Let's hope there are no more surprises.
Didn't I tell you to leave everything to me? Today Boshing almost caught me. But I don't want you to work so hard. Don't take such risks in the future. Boshing, next I'll just sit back and watch you panic. Shenyu, we will both survive. Right. Yes. When that day comes, we'll watch the sunrise together. Hey. Sorry.
You're Mrs. Bo, right?
Yeah. You are?
We live in the same complex. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I won't keep you. I should go.
Did you see the bruises on her hands that haven't gone down yet? That Boshing is a real piece of work.
So,
I thought
Someone was making up stories.
to frame Mr. Bo. Turns out it's actually true. Maybe Mrs. Bo's
Accidental fall off the cliff last time.
wasn't an accident. Oh my god. Then Mrs. Bo must be in real danger. How could he? What a monster.
the security footage from the counseling center was stolen. Boshing will probably come for me today to make his move. After all this buildup, the show is finally about to begin. Auntie, the other day, when you all stood up for me, I'm so grateful. Boxing isn't home today. I'd like to invite everyone over for dinner. Could you please pass the word to the others? Why did the power go out? Boxing? What are you doing? Don't do anything rash.
What do I want to do, don't you know? Today, your high-value accident insurance officially kicks in.
Ah. No.
We're husband and wife. Why do you have to kill me? You don't need the money.
You're so stupid. Even now, you can still ask that? What a shame. I don't have time to explain.
No.
Go ask the King of Hell.
Boxing. Kill. Me.
Finally dead. What's going on? Why is it so dark? Why are the lights off in broad daylight? Shinyu? 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 What's happening? Where's Shinyu? Something's wrong.
Ah. Murder. Quick. Murder. Someone, help. Murder. Help.
I didn't kill anyone. Don't call the police.
Listen to me. All these people saw it. If you dare come near me, you're going to jail.
I really didn't kill anyone. Give me the phone.
Ah.
No, let go of me. I didn't kill anyone. When I came in, the room was empty. Damn it. I've been set up.
Where's little Shin? Ah. You didn't really kill her, did you? You monster. And she's pregnant with your child.
Since when was she pregnant? Ah. She's the one who lied to you. She set this whole thing up to frame me. She's the one who did this to me.
You're such a good man. Xiaoshan set a trap to frame you? And yet she's the one who ended up dead? Do you think we're all idiots?
Exactly.
Xiaoshan must have suffered such a terrible fate. Oh my god.
I said I didn't kill anyone. Are you all deaf? Hey, officer, you're just in time. I want to report a crime. Shin, you set me up.
You have the nerve to call the police? You murderer. Officer, when we came in, we saw him holding a knife, standing right there. Blood was everywhere, and Xiaoshan was gone. He definitely killed her.
That's right. You need to arrest him right now. He has a history of domestic violence. Xiao Yu is pregnant, and he beats her every day. We've all seen it.
When did I ever hit her?
Right. We all know he beats his wife. And they say, when Xiaoshin came back from the cliff, she was lucky to be alive. That she survived, because the huge accident insurance policy hadn't taken effect yet.
Oh.
Him attacking Xiaoshin today must mean the policy is active now.
Stop talking nonsense.
How could you say that?
What nonsense are you spouting?
Officer, whether it's true or not, just have someone check. See if Xiaoshan has a huge accident insurance policy. That's all you need to do.
No.
Hey, stop that. What are you doing? Are you trying to interfere with an official investigation?
No, I really didn't hit anyone, and I certainly didn't kill anyone. As for what they're saying about me hitting Shinyu a couple days ago, that's even more ridiculous. I haven't been back for the past few days at all.
That's bullshit. The day before yesterday, you beat Xiaoshan so badly. We even came and knocked on the door to check. You think playing dumb is gonna get you off the hook? We're all witnesses.
Today, Xiaoshan wanted to thank us for standing up for her that day, so she specially invited us over for dinner.
Still pretending? In our neighborhood, even the dogs know that you, Bo Xing, beat your pregnant wife.
Yeah, exactly.
You people. You're all a bunch of idiots. Shinyu is using you all as pawns. Don't you get it? I never laid a hand on her, and she's not pregnant. How could she possibly be pregnant? On the contrary, she has depression and anger issues. Do you even know that?
Not pregnant? I saw your wife, covered in injuries, at the hospital's obstetrics department, checking on the baby. Mr. Bo, she's carrying your child. How could you do that?
I heard President Bo has been cheating for a long time. And for his mistress, he tried to kill Shinyu several times. Looks like it's all true.
We've already found out that 2 weeks ago, you bought your wife, Shinyu, a huge accident insurance policy. And today is the first day it takes effect.
What a monster.
Monster.
Uber. You really couldn't wait a single day, could you? How can there be a man as vile as you in this world? Arrest him right now.
I didn't kill anyone.
So what if I bought her accident insurance?
What does that prove? I bought one for myself too. How can that be evidence of murder?
Today, we saw you, standing here with a knife. There was blood all over the floor. This time, it has to be you.
Yes, it must be you. It's you. Definitely.
You old bastard, shut your mouth. You keep saying I killed someone. Do you have any proof? Let me tell you. If you don't have proof, I'll sue you. Do you have proof? Let me tell you something. There's no proof, I'll sue you. No proof, no talk. Listen up, all of you. Every single one of you here today. Who's been spreading rumors that I killed someone? Get ready for my lawsuit. I, Bo Xing, will see this through to the end.
We didn't see Little Shen, and we definitely didn't see him kill anyone. Could he really be innocent?
Yeah, to say that right in front of a security officer. He must be serious. I think, maybe he really didn't do it.
Where's Shinyu? She's gonna get us all killed. Bo Xing has plenty of money. If he really sues us, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, this is.
Let me tell you.
Apologize to me now, and there's still time.
The proof that Bo Xing killed Little Shen is right here.
Freeze right there.
No.
Officer, I didn't do it. How could there be evidence? This must be their doing.
We'll decide if the evidence is real or not. We don't need you to tell us. Stay out of it.
Him. He really killed Xiaoshen.
Killed her. This.
You're so stupid. At a time like this, you're still asking questions like that? What a shame. I don't have time to explain things to you.
Don't.
Go ask the King of Hell. No. Officer.
This.
I didn't do this. I didn't kill her.
You're still lying. These past few days, you've been beating Xiaoshen every day. You knew the insurance policy took effect today, so you couldn't wait to kill her. You're so cruel.
No.
I really didn't.
I never hit her, and I didn't kill her either. I already told you. I haven't even been home these past 2 days.
You say you weren't home. Proof?
Damn it. This is a trap Shinyu set for me. If I tell the truth, I'd be admitting to cheating. And if Shinyu uses this moment to ask for a divorce, I'd be left with nothing. But if I don't say anything, I can't clear my name of domestic violence and murder. Shinyu, you're ruthless.
Do you have proof or not? Answer me.
Yes.
If you don't want to talk, then come back with us.
No. I.
Answer the phone. Put it on speaker.
No. I haven't been convicted yet. What gives you the right to listen to my calls?
The authority granted to us by the people. What? You don't want to? Then I'll answer it.
Hey, wait.
Well, is Shinyu dead this time?
Wait, I'm not a security officer. You've got it all wrong. She is talking nonsense. She's just joking.
A joke? We'll determine that for ourselves. Right now, you're a prime suspect. You need to come with us.
How outrageous. Officers, arrest him right now.
When Xiaoshen fell off the cliff, he must have done that too. If you search him, you're sure to find clues.
You never really know a person. The man rumored to adore his wife is actually someone who, in private, beats and berates her. He even tried to kill her several times. Adorable.
Just adorable. Isn't that just adorable?
Officer, I really didn't do it. I have proof that I haven't been home these past 2 days. I've been with someone else the whole time. You can check.
Whoever you were with, you couldn't have been together 24/7, right? So you're still a suspect.
No.
We were together 24/7.
What's your relationship? Who can be together 24/7? Who is it? What's their relation to you? And, speak up. I can't hear you clearly.
I was with my mistress. Happy now? 24 hours. We never parted. Even at night in bed. We have video evidence. Satisfied? Are you happy now?
Speaking louder doesn't make you right. Now we need your cooperation. Come with us to assist the investigation. As for your mistress, we'll also summon her to testify for you.
For your mistress. You killed your wife and child. Are you even human? Officer. You should check out that mistress of his. Who knows? A while back, when Little Shin fell off the cliff, you couldn't find any evidence. It must be on that mistress.
You old bastard. Always meddling in other people's business. Why don't you just drop dead?
Officers, did you hear that? Right in front of you, he dares to be this arrogant. Then behind your backs, he's definitely even more of a lawless person. Investigate him. Investigate him thoroughly.
Right. And that mistress of his needs to be investigated too.
Don't worry, everyone. We won't let any murderer get away.
Let's go.
Ugh, what a piece of work. Ha, murderer.
So, is Shinyu dead for good this time? Well, is Shinyu dead for good this time?
Investigation confirms.
The video in Shinyu's phone.
Appearing.
Bo Xing's voice. And Fu Xian at the scene, calling Bo Xing to ask if Shinyu is dead. Are all AI generated? Furthermore, during the alleged domestic violence incidents, Bo Xing has solid alibis. Therefore, both are now acquitted and released.
I thought she was a little bunny. But turns out, she's a venomous snake.
She can't be Shinyu. Shinyu isn't that clever. Even if Shinyu survived and came back, but after such a close call, she couldn't just get a brain transplant.
By the way, you had someone recheck whether the hair from this Shinyu belongs to the original Shinyu's DNA. What's the result?
Hello.
Mr. Bo, the DNA match between the two is as high as 99.99%. It's definitely from the same person.
What?
The DNA similarity between the two is as high as 99.99%. It's definitely the same person's DNA.
What? How is that possible? How can it be the same person?
Bo Xing, calm down. Dwelling on this now is pointless. Even though we were acquitted and released, now the whole city is in an uproar. We can't explain any of it. The priority now is that we must salvage our reputation and find Shinyu.
But she's gone into hiding. How are we supposed to find her?
If we can't find her, we'll get others to help us look. Ideally, we let everyone know that we're looking for her. We're looking for her. Only then can we salvage our image.
You mean?
Hold a press conference. A press conference to search for my missing wife. A press conference. If Shinyu can package herself as a victim, so can we.
Hey Xian. How fortunate I am to have met you. If it weren't for you, I would have been in a total mess by now. Completely out of control.
Only I am the perfect Mrs. Bo for you.
Hey Xian. I'll give you a wedding like no other. Let everyone know.
You
are my Mrs. Bo. Ever since my wife came back after the cliff fall, she's become different from before. She suspects I'm cheating. Spreads rumors. Accuses me of domestic violence. Yesterday, she even staged a whole scene where I tried to kill her. And got the security bureau involved.
So, Mr. Bo, what are you implying?
I suspect that Shinyu, who returned after the fall, isn't the real Shinyu.
Ah.
Oh my god.
No way.
I know. This must be hard to believe for everyone. And I feel the same. In fact, I'm even more heartbroken. But here's the DNA comparison report, proving that the current Shinyu isn't my real wife.
Bo Xing, is this your grand solution? How disappointing.
Ever since she came back, she's been constantly framing me. She even wants to ruin me. I suspect she's just after my family fortune.
You're saying Xiaoshen isn't the same Xiaoshen as before? What a coincidence. I happen to have some DNA test results here.
Mr. Bo, this is the test you asked me to do back then. The results clearly showed they are the same person. Why are you lying now?
They're talking nonsense. Mine is the real one.
It's simple to find out the truth. Just apply to a judicial authority for another test. It'll be absolutely fair and authoritative.
Mr. Bo,
Press pass.
judging by your reaction, is it fake? Then why would you spread rumors that your own wife isn't your wife? What's the purpose behind all this?
What else could it be? It's for his mistress, of course, to kill his wife. Yesterday, at the security bureau, it wasn't just him. His lover was there too.
The facts have already proven it. Shinyu is setting me up. I did not kill anyone, and I never abused her. She's the one lying to all of you. But you people, why are you still doing her dirty work for her?
Yeah, right. You really had no intention of killing her? Then how do you explain her falling off that cliff before? And what about the huge life insurance policy you bought for her? How do you explain that?
Exactly. You didn't abuse her. So, all those injuries on her body must be self-inflicted. That's crazy. Even if she used us.
Huh?
It was to protect herself. You're the real monster here.
Enough. Look carefully.
Shinyu has bipolar disorder and delusional disorder.
See for yourselves. All that talk about abuse and killing my wife for the insurance money. It's all in her head. With my wealth, why would I need to kill for insurance?
The proof is actually real. If that's really the case, then what Mr. Bo said makes some sense. He's not short on money. That insurance payout for him is just a drop in the bucket. Why would he kill someone?
If Mr. Bo really did it, wouldn't the security bureau have found some evidence by now?
Ugh. You just spout rumors without thinking and saying Xiaoshen has bipolar disorder. I think the one with mental problems is clearly you.
Exactly.
You're talking nonsense.
Mr. Bo.
You remember me, right? A few days ago. You thought everyone looked like your wife, Shinyu. You were terrified and came to see me. But you mistook me for your wife. And you split my head open. Actually, the one with the mental illness is you. What you just presented, the so-called evidence, is all fake too.
Shinyu, why won't you leave me alone?
You
think I'm scared of you?
Looks like the condition is quite serious.
Get out.
Mr. Bo, all the medication is here.
Good. Doctor, 4 days ago, the surveillance footage from this consultation room helped me delete it.
No password needed. Thank you, Mr. Bo. Don't worry, Mr. Bo.
You're really not human.
You're the one with the mental illness. But you bribed my colleague to fabricate the illusion that Shinyu has bipolar disorder, an illusion.
It's over. It's all over.
You're the one with the mental illness. Yet you bribed my colleague and faked Shinyu's bipolar disorder diagnosis.
It's over. It's all over.
Mr. Bo,
Press pass.
as a CEO worth hundreds of millions, why would you go to such lengths? To kill your own wife?
Did you really kill your wife?
Bo Xing, how does it feel to be ruined? It's nothing compared to the pain of your betrayal and the harm you caused me. So, your judgment has only just begun.
Shinyu. I'm going to kill her. I want her dead.
The most important thing now is to stay calm. We can't let her lead us by the nose.
What's going on with that doctor? Didn't you tell him to keep his mouth shut? Now the whole city knows. Is this what you call keeping his mouth shut?
Why are you yelling at me? You went to delete the surveillance footage and got checkmated instead.
Xing. Right now, let's not fight among ourselves, okay? The most important thing right now is how we're going to clean up this mess.
Hey, Mr. Lee. Oh, none of that is true. The paparazzi, those baseless rumors, how can you believe that? My relationship with my wife has always been great. How could I possibly kill her? Hello?
Hey.
Mr. Won. Oh, it's all lies. Oh, right. Yes, I know. The partners your company works with must have a good image, but those are all baseless rumors. None of it is true. Well, please don't cancel it. Our company has invested everything in this project, abandoned all other projects, and worked hard for over 3 months.
You.
What? What gives you the right to make me pay the penalty? Hello? These are cute. The company has come this far because of me. What does that have to do with my relationship with Xinyu? Everyone's coming to cancel their contracts. And they're saying I breached them.
Xing. Don't worry. The company's already facing a huge funding problem. It's going bankrupt sooner or later. Once we kill Xinyu and get the huge insurance payout, we can start over from scratch.
AXIN. You're the only one worthy of being my Mrs. Bo. Not like that Xinyu. All she does is cause trouble for me. If it weren't for her, would the company and I be in this mess? She's been freeloading off me for years, so I'm taking her life. What's the big deal? Mr. Bo.
We have a problem. The company's stock price is plummeting. Right now, 98% of our partners want to terminate their contracts. They say we're damaging the company's image and causing breaches. So the company is now facing astronomical penalty fees.
Get out. Xinyu. How can you be so heartless? We were husband and wife. Do you really have to drive me to ruin?
Xing. I have an idea. We can avoid those astronomical penalties. The only way now is for you to find a way to win Xinyu back. Then have her hold a press conference. Say all those things she said to slander you were complete nonsense. Only then can we salvage the company's image. And we won't have to face the issue of compensation.
You want me to go win her back? Is she even worth it?
Are you awake yet? If you don't go win her back, just wait for the company to go bankrupt.
But I've tried to kill her several times. Will she ever forgive me?
Oh, come on, Xing. She has no evidence in her hands. When the time comes, just throw all the blame on me. If all else fails, you can send me to her as an apology. No.
You. How can that be okay?
For you. I'm willing to do anything.
AXIN. You.
What's going on? How does she have photos? What's going on? How does she have photos?
No. That day, she didn't know I was going to push her off the cliff. How could she have prepared in advance to take these photos? I get it. I get it now, Fushin. She set a trap ahead of time. She must have known about my affair for a while. Even my plan to kill her. She knew about that too. She must be turning the tables on me. She wants my life. Fushin, what do we do if she gives these photos to the authorities? We're dead.
Didn't she ask to meet us at the cliff? That means she hasn't decided yet to hand the evidence over to the authorities. Boxing, we still have a chance.
Fushin, I've had enough. I'm so sick of this. I've had it, being manipulated like a puppet, this feeling. No way. We need to turn the tables on her.
But she's always one step ahead of us. How do we outsmart her?
since she's asking to meet us. We'll just lure her in. Get her to say it. That she framed us. We'll record it secretly. That way, all the previous accusations can be overturned.
Will that work? Will she believe we're not recording?
Our company developed a recording device that isn't affected by signal jammers. It's even made to look like earrings. You'll wear them. She definitely won't recognize them.
Shinyu isn't a fool either. Will she admit she set us up?
She has to. Otherwise, we're the ones who are dead. This is our last chance. We have no other choice. Shinyu. After tonight, this deadlock between us will finally be broken. It's either you or me. What's this mannequin doing here, wearing a white dress? What's Shinyu up to?
No surveillance, no one around. Our chance is here.
Who are you?
It's me, Shinyu. Darling, didn't you get a DNA test?
You can't be Shinyu. The real Shinyu died long ago. I saw her fall from here with my own eyes. She couldn't have survived. So then, who are you really?
That's right. Not only did you watch me fall, you also gave me 3 doses of sedatives. Have you forgotten? You're the one who pushed me off this 100-meter cliff. It was you who pushed me off this 100-meter cliff.
Boshing.
I'm begging you to spare my life. I'll give you anything you want. I'll do anything you say. Please, just let me go.
Of course.
No. Boshing. You planned this so meticulously.
How did you?
How do I know? Because I woke up at the bottom of the cliff. The wind was bone-chilling, seeping into my lungs. The rope, cutting into my flesh, and the despair of being betrayed by the person closest to me. You know, when you're on the brink of death, you discover incredible strength. So, after falling off the cliff, with my bones broken and covered in blood, I fought my way back up.
Here.
It's so high. How is that possible?
So I am not Shenyu anymore. Shenyu is dead.
It's so high up here. How is that possible?
So I'm not Shenyu. Shenyu is already dead. That's the truth you'd rather believe. Right. Because accepting that the real Shinyu survived your murder is more terrifying than accepting a ghost coming back for revenge. Isn't that right, Boxing?
I'd be afraid of Shinyu. What kind of nonsense are you talking? I can kill.
Boxing. Calm down. Don't forget why we came here. You have the photos, yet you asked to meet us here. You must want something. What do you want? Money? The company? Or something else? It's fine. We can talk.
I am Boxing's legal wife. You're using my husband's money to try and buy me off. Fushin. Playing the good girl for so long. Your brain's rusted from disuse, huh? When you've been playing the good girl for too long, your brain rusts from disuse, doesn't it?
Whether you're Shinyu or not. The fact that you agreed to meet us shows you know very well that mutual destruction benefits no one. Isn't that right? So why are you here? Just to have the last word, wasting time.
You're certainly more composed than Boshing. Do you really think the evidence I have is only enough to put Boshing away and can't touch you?
No, that can't be. This is Shinyu trying to drive a wedge between us. I can't fall for it.
Although, it was a bit immoral of me to be with him, while you and Aishing
We're still married. It's not illegal, is it?
You think you're just the other woman? No. You're an accomplice. You think you're just the little mistress? No. You're an accomplice. The sedatives you gave me were stolen from the hospital. The alibi was faked by you for Boshing. Even the huge accident insurance policy you bought for me was your idea. The two of you are the perfect murdered duo. You think you're innocent?
Shinyu, I'm impressed by your imagination. If what you're saying is true, and you had proof, would you still be here, putting on this act with us? You would've turned us over to the authorities long ago.
That's right, Shinyu. A lie is a lie. It can never become the truth.
Who says I don't have evidence? But, as you said, I do have an ulterior motive. Here's the thing. We can make a deal.
A deal?
Shinyu. Even though I didn't kill you, we are still husband and wife. If we keep fighting like this, it'll ruin the company. So as long as your demands are reasonable, I'll agree to them.
You're so meticulous with your words. You've already got a signal jammer on you. Yet you still speak so carefully.
Shinyu, since it's a deal, it's a give and take. Why are you here? Insulting Ah Xing. It just makes you look petty.
I didn't beat you up, little guy. My bad.
Enough. I don't want any complications, so just spit it out. What's your deal?
It's simple. Transfer all the shares of your company to me. Then disappear from this city and never come back. Then I'll let you go.
All the shares? Shinyu, you're too greedy.
You're the greedy one. I've got you by the throat, so get on your knees. Stop pretending. I'll give you a choice. Either you agree to my terms, or you can take a gamble. Gamble on whether I have evidence or not.
We're not at the end of the road yet.
Who told you? You have any other options?
Don't try to bluff us. You think that crappy photo in your hand can make us do anything?
But what if I told you? I have more evidence.
That's impossible.
At this point, whether she's the real Shinyu or not, the real Shinyu, she has to die. Otherwise, once she uncovers everything, it'll be you and me who end up dead. Do you understand? Understood. But from now on, we can't leave any loose ends.
Don't worry. I made her disappear once. I can do it again. That day. That was you at the counseling center that day.
That's right. It was your wife, Shenyu.
I had a signal jammer. There couldn't have been any surveillance. And no one else was there. If I had killed her.
Wanna kill me? You better think twice. All the evidence is set to be sent automatically. If I don't cancel it by 9 tomorrow morning, the evidence will be sent straight to the authorities and major media outlets.
What's your choice?
The decision is yours. Ah Xing.
We have no other choice.
Fine. I'll sign.
There's one more thing.
Don't push your luck. If you make me angry, I could kill you right now.
10 days ago, You pushed me off here. That was attempted murder. I want to hear you say it yourself.
That's impossible. You think I'm an idiot?
Of course you're not an idiot. You came here, fully prepared. Didn't you already confirm there's no signal here? That the surveillance and recording devices are all useless? Why are you still too scared to say it?
Shinyu, this is unnecessary. We've already given you what you wanted. Why do you have to force us to say this one thing, just to humiliate Aishing?
If that's what you want to think, that's fine by me.
Don't go too far. At worst, we'll both go down.
Then you can give it a try. Let me tell you something. The fish will definitely die, but my net will never break.
Aishing can't say it. Saying it would leave evidence.
What's the matter? You did the deed, but now you're too scared to say one sentence? Boxing. I never realized before. You're so spineless.
What did you say? Say that again.
Boxing, don't complicate things. Shinyu definitely has a backup plan. You absolutely cannot hurt her here.
Get out of my way.
Boxing. I really look down on you. Afraid of your own shadow. Now, whenever I think about me showing up at my own funeral, scaring you so badly, you lost your mind. I find it absolutely hilarious.
Boxing, don't fall for it.
Right. Exactly. Even though you've confirmed there are no cameras, no recording devices, you're still too scared to do this. Too scared to do that. Boxing. Either you get on your knees and beg for my forgiveness, or you act like a man.
Shut up.
You really think I don't have the guts to kill you? I will kill you. I will kill you.
Let go. Aishing.
Then go ahead and kill me. Do it. I knew you didn't have the guts. Then you'd better kneel at my feet and beg me for forgiveness. Otherwise, I'll send you all to prison.
We've already agreed to your demands. How can you go back on your word?
So what if you signed? I'm going to treat you like fools, manipulating you at my whim. I don't just want your company's shares. I want to ruin your reputations. And then finally, send you all away.
I'll kill you.
Aishing.
Huh. You don't even dare admit to murder. You dare kill me? You're so spineless. 10 days ago, if it weren't for Fu Xing, at that cliff, you wouldn't have dared to push me off yourself.
Bullshit. Who says I don't dare kill? 10 days ago, it was me. I deliberately forced you off that cliff. You idiot. See if I dare.
Aishing.
Stop. You tricked me again.
Well, you're just that stupid.
Why did you have to provoke Bo Xing into admitting all that? You clearly have. That evidence is fake.
Idiot.
The photo was AI generated.
I was sure that with the press conference fiasco, you were overwhelmed. And when you suddenly saw that photo, you definitely panicked. No time to look closely.
But what about the surveillance footage?
The footage is real. But it only proves that you wanted me dead. There's no direct evidence that you killed me.
And I just admitted, with my own words, that I killed you 10 days ago. Ha ha. I'm so stupid. Am I really that stupid?
Sis, I got your revenge. Shall you? Thank you. You did well.
Who are you really?
I'm Shen Yu. The U, that means silent.
And